Welcome one and all to the Cine Geeks podcast, where movies, TV, and all things geek collide. I'm Angela, still joined by my co-host Roy.
Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to the podcast.
Yeah, and for today's episode, we'll be talking about the newest thriller out in cinemas now, Speak No Evil, written and directed by James Watkins, based on the 2022 Danish film of the same name by Christian and Mads Tafdrup, starring James McAvoy, Mackenzie Davis, Scoot McNairy, and Aisling Franciosi.
Yes, but before we continue, we would like to remind everyone who hasn't done so to please follow our pod wherever you listen to podcasts like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Threads, Letterboxd, and X, aka Twitter, so you can join in on the fun. Also visit our website, www.cinegeekspod.com, for the latest in movie and TV news and reviews.
Send us your questions, suggestions, and feedback to our email address, cinegeekspod@gmail.com. And also join us on our Facebook group called the Cinegeeks PH HQ. There, you can interact with us and your fellow Cinegeeks. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and talk about our movie for this episode, Speak No Evil. When an American family is invited to spend the weekend at the idyllic country estate of a charming British family they befriend on vacation, what begins as a dream holiday soon warps into a snarled psychological nightmare. Yun. So, it bears mentioning that this is, again, a remake of a Danish film that actually just came out 2 years ago.
That's weird for me. Medyo nagulat ako na parang 2 years pa lang. This movie is technically 2 years old and then you're gonna do a remake of it. Diba? Ang dami ng remakes na lumabas this year but they're, diba, mga 10, 15, 20 years old na.
Oo, tama.
But this one is different.
Yes. And also, full disclosure, we have not seen the first, or rather the original, since there is no legal way to watch it currently.
Yar.
I tried checking on Apple TV and Google Play Movies if the first or the original was available, and sadly, it isn't.
Oh, syempre mabait tayo kaya.
Yeah.
Doon tayo sa legal.
Tama. So we are going to be discussing this film solely on its merits and not compare it to anything. Okay, so, Ange, what did you think of Speak No Evil?
Well, from the get-go, ang una ko kaagad naisip, especially with James McAvoy leading this movie, para siyang Split 2.0.
Pwede. Oo.
Kasi yung trailer, I mean, surmising from the trailer alone, makikita mo naman na sobrang yung unhinged, parang sobrang psycho villain eh. And we've seen that before from Split.
Yes.
So, that's where my mind went straight to. But, ayun nga, when we were watching the film, yun nga, tama ako. Para nga siyang Split. Para siyang biglang ang bilis mag-flip-flop from one demeanor to another. Seems very psycho.
And testament yun sa acting ni James McAvoy na kaya niyang i-juggle yun, kumbaga. You think?
He carried this movie on his back.
Yes.
Talaga. Parang every time he's on screen, I'm at the edge of my seat.
It's true.
Nagiging exciting lahat ng scenes na nandun siya.
Yes.
And si Mackenzie Davis naman is like my rational mind. Siya yung parang ang dami-daming doubts, ang daming trust issues, but never ever acts on it. Or never ever says anything. Parang, alam mo yung typical passive-aggressive millennial na you just watch it happen to you until it's too late. Parang ganon. Ang naiisip ko palaging metaphor is parang nagpapagupit ka and then you watch the hairstylist murder your haircut. Pero wala ka namang ginawa to stop it.
True.
Pinanood mo lang siyang mangyari, di ba? So, it's very that. without spoiling anything, yun yung pakiramdam ko dun sa buong movie. Parang, alam mo yung nakatingin ka naman, why are you not doing anything? I'm so frustrated. I'm watching a bad haircut happen right in front of me. Ganon.
Actually, nakakatawa yung sinabi mo tungkol dun sa yung parang, it's like you're watching a hairstylist or a barber murder your hair, and as you're seeing them do whatever they're doing, you're thinking na you want to say all of these things to stop either the hairstylist or the barber from continuing what they're doing, but social decorums, question mark?
Polite
society, norms, stop you from just telling the person to quit it with what they're doing. And that's actually a perfect metaphor for this film. That sometimes, because of polite society, we just let people do stuff.
Let them walk all over us because you can't speak no evil, diba?
True.
Literally.
True.
Na kapag ka ikaw nagpakita ka ng outrage mo about something, you're automatically the bad guy. Kahit na
kahit tama ka.
Kahit na you're on the right side, diba? Diba? Yun yung hindi ako na-horrify dito sa movie na to. Hindi siya thriller sa akin. It's very frustrating. It's very anxiety-inducing. Ganon siya.
It's horrifying kasi parang iisipin mo na ang dami-daming situations sa buhay mo na pwede mo sanang naiwasan had you just spoken up and told people na, hey, I'm not okay with this.
Yeah.
And parang just because we're afraid of offending people, parang yun yung pinaka-gist ng movie. I mean, again, not going into spoilers that much, pero I mean, alluded naman siya somewhat doon sa mga trailers.
And the title itself.
Yes, the title, yes. Again, we're just gonna zero in on how great James McAvoy is.
Yeah.
I think he has reached that point in his career na he doesn't care about what he's doing anymore, pero he's less picky of his projects.
More or less picky?
Less picky. Kasi pag more, ibig sabihin, mas siya. Mas parang sinasala niya.
Okay.
Yun. Pero pag less picky na siya, parang, okay, sige, go, let's do this. Kasi parang if you see yung middle part, kumbaga, nung kanyang filmography, puro mga classics na, mga Atonement.
Shakespearean.
Course, yung mga, ako sa akin, classic, yung Wanted, ganon. Yung, mga X-Men na kung nasan siya. Marunong siya pumili ng role na mag-e-excel siya dahil nag-e-excel yung movie. Pero parang looking at this now, he's picking stuff for his own pleasure, I guess, kasi may glass na siya. Tapos may Speak No Evil. Parang,
actually, if you notice, nagsimula yon nung Split.
Yan. Tama.
Biglang nag-split si James McAvoy.
Or siguro pwede na sabihin na mas naging genre-based siya.
Naging mas daring yung kanyang mga roles and movies. Parang he chose to do smaller productions since Split.
It's true. That's true. And we appreciate any kind of actor that chooses to parang go the route of what makes them free artistically kaysa yung magpapatali ka sa isang franchise tapos paulit-ulit lang yung performance mo.
Or masyadong palaging tentpole, blockbuster,
True.
lagi yung mga... not saying that it's wrong for other actors, pero siya, mas nagde-delve na siya into the parang indie.
Yes. Ayun. Yun yung hinahanap kong term kanina. Yes, tama. Hindi. Mas more, yun nga, smaller fare. Hindi na siya yung parang pag sabing James McAvoy movie star. Hindi. Mas more actually yung parang James McAvoy character actor na siya
Nagda-delve na siya into that.
And there's another actor na we pointed out while watching this film that bears a very, very similarly striking resemblance to him. Hindi naman dahil sa yung eksaktong kamukha niya.
Actually, sobrang lapit.
Malapit, diba? And that this other actor is actually parang the template for the career trajectory, should I say, na tinatahak ni James McAvoy now.
I think pwede naman nating sabihin kung sino yung medyo hawig niya dito.
Parang Russell Crowe. Yung niya, na si Russell Crowe nung nagsisimula, syempre, smaller films pero making a name. Tapos nung naging 2-time Academy nominee na siya or Best Actor nominee, parang biglang naging movie star.
Di ba siya nanalo dun sa Cinderella Man?
I think there are wins there. I would assume.
A Beautiful Mind yun eh. Tsaka Cinderella Man, I think yung...
Or kung hindi man Gladiator, parang ganun siguro. Tama.
Yes. He did. He won one Academy Award.
Yun. So, nakasungkit siya ng isang Best Actor and that started him on his quote-unquote movie star trajectory. Kumbaga.
For Gladiator.
For Gladiator, yes, confirmed. Yun. Pero ngayon, mas parang all over the place na yung kanyang yung kanyang mga pinipili na sine. Mas nagiging character actor na rin siya. I mean,
varied na, no?
Nag-Thor din siya, di ba? Si Zeus.
Nice guys.
I mean, yes. Yan, character work yan, hindi yan movie star work.
Neo-noir body action comedy.
So, one of the best films of the past 10 years. Yung Nice Guys. Pero yan, going back to McAvoy, yan, I mean, he is the shining star in Speak No Evil that really lights up the screen whenever he's around. Yung, tama kasi sabi mo kanina na yung you're at the edge of your seat whenever he's on screen. Kasi he imbibes the character that he plays, si Paddy, with this ticking time bomb na parang quality.
Yeah.
Na hindi mo alam kung kailan siya parang mag-explode na lang. O hindi mo alam kung mag-explode ba siya. Yung mga ganung...
Para siyang laging on the brink eh.
Yes.
Of just unraveling.
True.
Parang it only takes parang a hair of a trigger.
Tama.
'Di ba? To really unleash the beast. Ganon.
That's true.
Pero yun nga, the movie hinges on James McAvoy's performance talaga. Kasi for me, without comparing it to the previous, the original, 2-year older version of this movie, yung German, tama ba?
Danish.
Danish. I felt the length of this film. I really felt how long it was. I don't know if it's just my state of mind kasi sobrang aga nung araw na pinanood natin to. It was morning. I don't know if I'm not a morning person, obviously. Pero parang I felt the length of the film. So, maybe it has some pacing issues. Pero, every time nga na James McAvoy is on screen, napaka-electrifying, nagigising ako. But every time he's not, bumabagal. Yun lang yung sa akin.
Ano siya tama ka, it's currently billed at 1 hour and 50 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes could have been chopped off easily. Pero, I guess that would have to go yung criticism natin na yun towards yung writing niya. Kasi the only well-written character here is James McAvoy's Paddy. Siya lang. Kasi yung mga bida natin, quote-unquote, sobrang nilang without agency. Parang silang, kumbaga, literal na pakain sa monster. Parang ganun sila.
Monster feed.
Oo. Kasi yung, lalo na si Scoot McNairy.
Yeah.
Hollywood's favorite ineffective stupid husband. Lalabas din siya in another film similar to his performance here later on this year, yung Night Bitch. Si Amy Adams, siya yung asawa doon. Iba-iba yung mga yung mga roles niya over the years. Pero parang ngayon na lang naging parehas yung, kumbaga, skeleton nung roles niya in this film and yung Night Bitch coming out later this year.
Okay.
Yan. Pero, yun na nga parang sayang kasi this was supposed to be billed as parang the remake of a film na sobrang potent nung social commentary. And for that to work, every character has to have a facet na you can latch onto.
Alam mo, tama ka. I agree with you. One movie that we just watched recently na meron ding societal statement na ganyan, na sobrang relatable, was Blink Twice.
Yun.
Kasi yun, talagang you can see yourself in the characters. Parang you can see yourself in that position na, di ba?
Tama.
And dito din, very possible din. Kasi it's about traveling family. Tapos meron kang nakilalang isa pang family. That's very common. Di ba? I mean, not for us kasi we're not, hindi tayo nagsusubscribe dun sa polite society, na, alam mo yung parang we can't say no. Parang we know how to say no. Pero dun sa mga tao, I mean, dati, people pleaser din ako, and I know the feeling na you have to be polite to strangers that you meet in a holiday vacation, ganyan. And doon, sa part na yon, I thought I would latch on the family. Kasi sila yung sila yung parang audience avatar eh. You're supposed to root for them.
So,
Pero kasi parang dahil sa sobrang thinly written nung characters nila and napaka one-dimensional, I'm just frustrated about it.
that's true.
Hindi ko makita yung complexity nung parang mental gymnastics na ginagawa mo in your head na ayoko talaga pero napipilitan ako kasi ayoko maging bastos. Ganon.
True. At saka din, to your point din about the writing, ang sad lang kasi okay na sana yung tension na bibuild niya to its conclusion. Siguro, ayoko naman sabihin na parang, wow, parang M. Night yung pagkakasulat nung escalating tension nung scene.
Di nga siya nag-escalate, parang nag-sustain lang at the same note eh.
Yun na nga kasi dapat magkakaroon ka ng ending doon na sobrang parang magkakaroon ng catharsis, kumbaga. Doon sa binild niya na tension for the past hour and a half or so. Kaso nga lang, ang problema, unfortunately, doon sa ending, para siyang naging stuck ending ng mga ganitong klaseng sine. Na parang,
bigla na lang siyang na-resolve.
Someone
ganun.
snaps and then, you know what happens next. And then, yun. Resolution. Tama ka, yun. Ganun. Wala siya nung resolution na parang nagsascar siya sa utak mo eh.
Parang blink twice.
Parang exactly like Blink Twice. Ganon.
Na
yun
talagang
dapat.
bigla na lang siyang go up to 11.
Oo.
Once na nag-break na. Once na yung hairline trigger na yon naputol na.
Tama. Ito parang, okay sana yung setup niya, yung first 2 acts niya. It just unfortunately devolves into a third act na we've seen before so many times and unfortunately done better by other films. Pero on the flip side, James McAvoy eats the film up completely.
Sobra.
Yeah. Yun. Ikaw, anything to add?
I mean, yun. See it just to see James McAvoy be a total psycho.
Yes.
Because it's entertaining.
Worth the price of admission seeing him become a psycho.
Sana lang, I want to see him in a better written narrative na talagang mabibigyan ng justice yung level ng acting niya.
Parang something like Split and Glass ulit. Parang ganon. Sana.
Pero I don't want to see that again. Kasi repetitive na.
Pero ang ibig sabihin ko na parang yung ganong klase yung firing on all cylinders. Kumbaga,
yeah.
yung scene. Kasi doon sa Split, yung Glass medyo hindi masyado eh. Pero yung sa Split, sila tandem sila ni Anya Taylor-Joy doon eh.
Nga pala, no? Yun nga pala yung ni Anya Taylor-Joy, no?
Diba? Yun yung sila doon eh. Parang mag-equal sila kumbaga. Kung ano yung intensity na dala ni McAvoy doon, tinapatan ni Anya Taylor-Joy.
Nagbabatuhan, they complemented each
exactly,
other.
Yun yung hinahanap natin sana dito. Na merong mag-step up in any way, whether it be the writing or the visuals, any aspect of the presentation that complements the insanity of the acting of James McAvoy.
Especially, Mackenzie Davis is a scream queen naman.
Yun din pa. Exactly.
Hindi siya na-utilize masyado, no?
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we can reveal our rating.
It's it's a fun time at the movies naman. No question. Especially if you're just looking for quick thrills, kumbaga. It's a solid B.
Para siyang yung typical offerings ng Blumhouse, ganun.
Oo.
Diba? Very Blumhouse.
Very Blumhouse, very M. Night. Parang,
meron na bang Blumhouse na M. Night?
Wala pa. Wala ba? Parang wala at. Wait.
Ain't that a combination?
Research natin yan. Pero kung halimbawa, yung meron tayong this year na may Trap, tapos meron tayong Watchers, may Speak No Evil. I mean, they're all, I also may inoffensive. May mas pa tayong term doon. Parang, they're fine. Yun.
They're the baseline horror thriller. Yeah, pero nothing too
special.
Impactful. Ay, well, yung Blink Twice.
Well, hindi naman, nasa next level naman siya.
Pero for a Blumhouse, M. Night Shyamalan type of romp, yun.
Ito, yes.
Ganito. This is what you expect to get. Ayun. So
again,
yeah.
B. Solid B.
Solid B.
Yep. So that's it for our episode talking about Speak No Evil. If you've seen the film, please share with us what you thought about it. Comment it on our social media accounts or down below on our Spotify episode page.
Don't forget to set your players to automatically download our new episodes so you don't miss out on our fun Cinegeek conversations. And while you're at it, give us a 5-star rating on Spotify and Apple Podcasts if you had fun or learned something new during this episode.
We would like to thank Universal Pictures Philippines for inviting us to watch Speak No Evil in advance. But as always, the studio and distributor of the film were not given any creative control or editorial approval of this episode. They are hearing our review for the first time, same as you are.
For my co-host Troy, this has been Angela. Thank you for listening to the Cine Geeks podcast, where movies, TV, and all things geek collide.